Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Zilliqa, AVAX, Theta, and Uniswap. Yesterday was a very terrible day because we experienced a very dramatic drop in terms of the stock markets, and subsequently BTC, Bitcoin, ended up dropping, but it just dropped as low as 10,500. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are suspecting that the 10,400 level is proving to be a very strong level of support. So if you take a look at today's date, right, today is the 7th of October, and we have a few more hours to the stock. The New York Stock Exchange sort of closes. So I really believe that obviously tomorrow is going to be like a very good day with regards to a lot of these alternative cryptocurrencies just getting to recover. So if we take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market, obviously we just had like a crazy last 24 hours, but a few cryptocurrencies are beginning to recover. I mean, VChain, Theta, these coins are up by about 4%, 2%. So we are just beginning to sort of gain back our momentum. And the other thing that I really wanted to bring to your attention before we jump into these cryptocurrencies a little bit later, right? I just wanted to talk about the open interest as far as BTC is concerned, because obviously open interest really plays a key major role with regards to Bitcoin's trajectory. So right now we are at a staggering low of 39,822. So according to BTC's history, right, this is one of the lowest open interest levels that we have ever had. This is one of the lowest open interest levels, even lower than the crash that we had in March. When we had that particular crash, right, the open interest dropped as low as 52,000 and then eventually dropped down all the way to about 49,000. Now this time around, dropping all the way down to about 39,000, that is extremely low. So obviously a lot of people are expecting BTC to drop down to about 9,200 or even lower, but you might never know, because whenever people are expecting certain things to happen, usually the opposite usually happens. So you just have to be extremely careful. And if you guys are going to be getting involved in trading cryptocurrencies, right, whatever direction you're going to be trading, either to the upside or to the downside, please utilize a stop loss, because you just don't want to end up being on the wrong side of the trade. So anyhow, I'm not really going to dwell much on BTC, because I really believe that BTC is not really going to be doing anything for the next, I don't know, 24 hours. I mean 12 to 24 hours, because obviously we are still relying on the stock market, because you know the markets are very correlated at this particular moment. But anything can happen at any particular time, especially due to the fact that we are in October and there's quite a lot of volatility, and the markets are news driven. So if Trump does anything crazy, then the markets might end up being very shaky. So anyhow, getting back to our prognosis with regards to the markets, right? So let's just go back and see what has been happening. So Ethereum is down 341, XRP 25 cents, Bitcoin Cash 222, Binance is down to about $27, Polkadot is down to $3.83, chainlink is finally down to $8.90. I remember one of you guys actually said that you're never ever going to see the price of chainlink below $14. I'm sure I have one of those comments on my YouTube channel, but hey, look, chainlink is back to this particular area. So anyhow, DeFi has really had some crazy days for the past few weeks. And if you take a look at a few popular DeFi projects, right, like for example yearn Finance, it's down by about 15% today. So it's just been getting crushed, because you know people are getting to realize that it's down by 18%. Can you imagine? And this thing has been people who invested at the top are obviously crying, because it's obviously down by about 66% from its all-time low. That was on the 12th of September 2020. So I really hope that a lot of you guys out there are not really holding a lot of bags with regards to yearn finance. So I mean, DeFi has got like a very good future, and you're just supposed to be careful with regards to investing and speculating into a lot of these different DeFi projects, because a lot of them are just turning out to be some cash grabs, because they are turning out to be like cheaper ICOs. So if what these companies are doing, right, in order for them to sort of make money, right, it's obviously easier to sort of go with a DeFi route and just basically get your valuable assets such as Ethereum, BTC, plus a whole lot of other different cryptocurrencies that have already established their territory, especially in this particular place. So it's more like different companies just getting to raise money, and they're just sort of using the DeFi niche to gather that particular type of momentum. So it's very important for us to just pinpoint the best DeFi project. So just because something has got the title of DeFi doesn't really mean that you're supposed to be throwing money at it. So whenever this bubble is going to finish sort of popping, right, whenever the prices are going to drop as low as they can, right, the DeFi projects which are going to be very innovative and useful, those are the DeFi projects I'm going to be investing in for the long term, because obviously not all the DeFi projects are going to end up surviving, because a lot of them were, to be honest, just copy and paste type of projects. For example, Swap. By the way, let's look at Sushi. Now this one also dropped a little bit, and yeah, if Uniswap dropped from $8 to about $2.80, I really have no doubts that a copycat wouldn't even drop way lower. So I really hope that people just didn't end up being crushed by these particular projects. So yeah, I have no idea why CoinGecko is very slow. I don't know, they're having problems with their servers. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why it's taking too long. Anyhow, let's forget about Swap. You can take a look at it, but it just recently got crashed. So anyhow, with regards to Zilliqa has got like a lot of bullish news. They recently launched their Zilswap. Zilswap is the first decentralized exchange built on Zilliqa. So Switcho finally came through, and they put together this amazing decentralized exchange, and everything is working, and we are sort of progressing. Oh, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Whatever you do, please do your own due diligence, and my thoughts with regards to cryptocurrencies are mostly for the short term. So my thoughts are going to be probably valid for the next 24 to 48 hours. So you have to just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. So getting back to Zilliqa, right, obviously we experienced this amazing pump. So let's switch over to the 4 hourly. On the 23rd of September, right, we started having this amazing uptrend, and then a few days ago, right, on the 4th of October, we had this amazing correction to the downside, which is a very good buying opportunity. Not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. So according to the triple screen entry, right, the triple screen trading strategy, especially in an uptrend, right now we are obviously looking at the 4 hour, which is obviously a short-term type of time interval. So if you are going to be looking at the 4 hour as your sort of main time frame, your hash time frame, right, then you're obviously going to be planning your trades in the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. So according to the triple screen entry trading strategy, right, you are supposed to be longing when the 1 hour is dropping, the 4 hour is pumping, and then the 1 hour should be dumping. Like for example, every time when the 1 hour was dumping, right, if you longed these particular exhaustions, right, so how do you get to discover that a particular dump is coming to an exhaustion? You just simply look at the oscillators, you look at the selling pressure right over there. So once you notice that the exhaustion has come to an end, so you switch over to the 1 hour, right? So here it's very clear to see that the exhaustion is coming to an end, and you just sort of look at the bullish crossovers. Like for example, this particular point here, that just simply simplifies that, or rather gets to warn you, saying, okay, we're coming to an end of this particular sell-off. So it's a very good idea to get to change your trading strategy. So that's one way that you can look at, or rather discover that a particular trend is coming to an exhaustion. You just simply look at different oscillators. So obviously getting to buy the exhaustion of the 1 hour sell dumps is going to end up playing very well in your favor. For example, here was to have another example there, another example there, and yesterday was a very good opportunity because we experienced like a massive drop down in terms of the 1 hour. So obviously a few hours ago we came to an exhaustion of this particular sell-off right over here. So if we flip over to the oscillators, you guys are going to discover the bullish crossover right over here. Yeah, by the way, probably I was saying bearish crossover a while back. I meant the bullish crossover. Okay, so yeah, that was a bullish crossover. On top we've got the bearish crossover, so that's vice versa of what I'm saying. So as you can see here, perhaps this is in the short term the end of this selling pressure. Okay, and remember, I am a short-term trader, so I'm probably referring to the next 24 to 48 hours. After 72 hours or the next coming week, the whole market is going to be very, very different. So please be very aware of that. So I mean, if we take a look at this, right? So just using the simple Fibonacci retracements, we're obviously going to discover that right now we are actually facing a little bit of rejection right over here on the 38.2% Fib level, right? And we're most likely going to end up sort of coming back down and then eventually breaking and going to the 61.8 Fib level, which is going to be corresponding at the price of about 0.02 cents. So yeah, technical analysis does work indeed. So if you did long scalp this particular area, once you got the notification that the selling pressure is coming to an end, right? Obviously the first logical area is the 38.2% Fib level, because that is a very good golden Fibonacci number. And then once we establish that we are having some more buying pressure, right, then we can obviously get to dwell around this area, then eventually break out and go to the 61.8% Fib level. So these are specific swing target areas that you guys can easily plot using any particular chart. So that's just what I wanted to let you guys know. So anyhow, obviously in the next coming few hours we might see a little bit of retracement, because swing traders who bought around these areas are getting to offload. So there's obviously going to be like a mini correction, and then probably tomorrow is going to be a green day. So tomorrow is going to be the 8th of October, which is going to be a Thursday for me. And I really believe that the markets are going to be kind of bullish, because we obviously experienced like a massive sell-off across the board. So obviously, I mean, you just can't have like green days all the time. And then if you take a look at the 4 hour, could this be forming some sort of head and shoulders pattern? I don't really know whether you guys can see this clearly, right, with regards to Zilliqa, right? So obviously we are here on the 4 hours. So you've got the head, the shoulder, the right shoulder is actually being formed right now, and then we might have like some protrusion to the upside and then eventually come back down depending on the market structure with regards to the stock market and the whole entire market. So that's obviously like on a shorter time frame. If that is going to happen, right, then obviously getting to look forward to these particular areas in terms of your buying level is going to be something that you might want to look out for. By the way, not financial advice, because previous resistance becomes support. We've already done this like a number of times. I'm sure you guys already know the drill. So if you take a look at the daily, right, the daily is a very good midterm time frame. So let's just take a look at the oscillator. So according to this information right over here, the daily is trying to form some sort of bearish crossover. So I wouldn't be surprised, like in the next 72 hours, we might see some steep correction with regards to Zilliqa plus a few other cryptocurrencies as well. But if you take a look at the volume zone oscillator, it really seems we have some more momentum towards the upside. But yeah, we're just going to be able to like analyze it a little bit later. So far in the next short time frame, right, the next 12 to 24 hours, I really see some more bullish momentum. Besides that, Zilliqa has got some more amazing news on the 15th of October. There's something which is going to be coming up as well, but I do not really dwell on fundamental news for the most part, because you know I have all the information that I need. Because if there's anything out there that is really important, it is definitely going to be reflecting in the cryptocurrency chart. So that's my analysis with regards to Zilliqa. So yeah, that's just what I wanted you guys you know, to sort of know with regards to this particular price action. So obviously I'm bullish in the next coming 24 to 48 hours. Tomorrow I'm going to come up with another video, and I'm going to be able to like update you guys with regards to Zilliqa. So taking a look at Theta, right, I obviously have like these different parallel channels and the Peter Schiff, Pitchfork, and all that good stuff, because I've been, you know, trading this particular cryptocurrency. I actually shorted this area, and then I kind of sorted off right around this area. Unfortunately, I just didn't long the market, and right now we are having like very good amount of buying power, which is very good. And Theta has been one of those cryptocurrencies that has been very explosive. Yeah, so if you take a look at the history, right, I mean, this thing has been blowing up. The chart looks very amazing. It's actually had its all-time high. I think so. Is it? Yeah, it had its all-time high on the 30th of September 2020. So Theta is actually one of those cryptocurrencies that just recently hit its all-time high. Bitcoin, Ethereum hasn't had the chance to go back to their all-time highs. So I'm obviously looking for, you know, at Theta, because it's one of those cryptocurrencies that has got like a lot of momentum towards the downside and towards the upside. And if you take a look at this particular cryptocurrency, right, obviously from a daily time frame point of view, right, it is very good, especially if we're going to end up dumping. Imagine if this particular thing is going to end up dumping. Imagine if the stock markets are going to end up crashing. That's going to be very crucial and very good for us, because we can just end up making a lot of money shorting this particular cryptocurrency. But hey, you shouldn't just jump into shorting a particular cryptocurrency, because we never know. We don't have an idea what's really going to happen. Perhaps it's just going to continue making, you know, higher highs and lower lows, and just going to the upside like it has been doing for the past few months. So those are obviously areas that I'm going to be looking at. So right now it's actually hitting one of the few levels that I'm looking at with regards to, you know, just basically getting to short. And as you can see right over here, head and shoulder type of pattern. Is that even making any sense? That doesn't really make any sense at all. But as you can see here, right, previous resistance, and we hit the previous resistance right over here. So anything which is going to be right above this particular area, I'm definitely going to be like looking forward to like shorting that in case the markets are still going to be very bearish with regards to Bitcoin and the stock markets. Moreover, this is October and everybody is super bearish, so these are obviously going to be areas of value with regards to me drafting my sort of shorts. So yeah, if we take a look at the Fibonacci retracements, I think we don't really have like a lot of info. If we do that, we are right around the 61.8% fib level. So this is a place where we are losing a lot of momentum, and this is probably going to be like a whole lot of resistance. So I really expect anything above 75 cents to be like a whole lot of resistance. So that's just something that I'm looking forward to having. So yeah, with regards to the downside, there's going to be like a lot of different targets. So yeah, let me just get rid of that too much info for no reason. So for the downside targets, right, obviously getting to take a look at this, boom, and let me just drag it to the bottom. Let me get rid of this, and yeah, hold on. So as you can see here, right, we have the 61.8 fib level at $0.55 at around 55 cents. So if we are obviously going to end up going to the downside, best believe this area is going to be like a very good area of value, because that's like one of those golden Fibonacci numbers. So if we take a look at the daily, right, are we having like any confluence here? Are we having like any sort of area of value? Yes, we are. As you can see here, previously this is where we faced a lot of resistance on the daily. So it is obviously one of those areas of value. As you can see, this red line is corresponding to the 61.8% fib level. This is where we had those daily price areas of value. This is where the body of the candle was obviously facing quite a lot of resistance. And then if you take a look at this particular area, right, this is where we were even finding a lot of support. So most likely, if we're going to end up coming to the downside, right, if this is the area where theta is going to be facing a lot of rejection, it's probably going to come back to this area, and this is going to be like a very good area to like close your short. By the way, no financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Yeah, so in case it continues propelling towards the upside, we're just going to have to revisit that. But right now, I'm just trying to take a look at what's going to be happening to these areas of resistance, because we have quite a lot of these different areas of resistance. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing this particular area turn into massive resistance, because this is where we had the support, a lot of support right here on the 1 hour. So this area is going to be very, very hard to penetrate through. If we end up breaking above it and just staying above it, then that is really going to be extremely bullish. So if we take a look at Uniswap right now, let's move over to Uniswap. Uniswap is around $2.80. So there's obviously like more room to go to the downside, because you have to understand that Uniswap is one of those cryptocurrencies that was given for free. So basically a lot of people who were using the Uniswap protocol got to receive these funds for free. So a lot of people don't really care whether the price is $2.80, because they got it for free, so they are most likely going to be dumping. However, there's going to come a point where there's going to be no more selling pressure, because all the Uniswap has had been distributed. So there's going to be that area where there's going to be some sort of upside momentum. So I don't really know whether we have already reached this particular threshold, but all I can say is right now we are having like a little bit of a bounce back right over here. So I'm obviously going to let you guys do your own technical analysis and just come up with your own targets, just looking at the price action, even without doing some fancy stuff, right? I mean, this area was had like a lot of support. So most likely it's going to turn into resistance. Okay, so if you just want to like come up with some easy 618% fib level, right, obviously getting to come back to $2.99, that's the 38.2% fib level, right? Even without doing any fancy TA, without looking at anything else, just looking at the price action, this area is going to be your area of resistance. So you might want to observe what's happening here, and once we get to penetrate through that, we're obviously going to end up going to $3.28. So those are the targets that you guys are supposed to be looking out for, and just looking at and just trying to determine what the price might do in comparison to the rest of the market. So all I'm trying to say is it depends on the traditional markets. If the traditional markets are going to end up crashing tomorrow, then best believe this particular sort of correction or end in selling pressure is going to resume towards the downside. So it's all relative. Okay, so taking a look at AVAX, right, we are at $3.35, so we're actually down by about 9.5%. and just like anything else, right, since we experienced like a lot of selling pressure the past few days, we are showing a little bit of signs of recovery. Okay, so yeah, in the next coming 12 to 48 hours, we're going to see some more buying pressure. So some quick Fibonacci levels. So this is a point where we actually broke down, right? So we obviously start, plotting our figures from there, and obviously getting to come back all the way up to about $3.52. That's going to be our first Fibonacci line of resistance, 38.2% Fib level, which is corresponding to $3.52. And then we might end up just doing that, then coming back up if there's going to be like more bullish narrative in the whole entire cryptocurrency markets, then potentially shoot up all the way to the 61.8% Fib level, which is around $3.70. So you have potentially from here you have about 13% for your swing trade, and you also have if you guys bought from the bottom, right, if you ended up buying the bottom, buying the dip, which is around $3.20, right, you have about 8%, so that's pretty decent money. Yeah, but just like I told you, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just speculating and just looking at the chart. So please do not use this information to do your own trades. And if you're going to be trading these markets, please utilize a stop loss. If you're going to be longing, utilize a stop loss. If you're going to be shorting, utilize a stop loss, and please do your own due diligence. So yeah, it's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x. Moral of the story is obviously since the New York Stock Exchange is going to be closing in the next 30 minutes, right, there isn't going to be much action. We can't really expect like a massive dump. So due to the fact that the NYSE is going to be closing, obviously we have like some few hours from now till the the New York stock market opens tomorrow. So we might potentially see some bullish momentum due to the fact that the markets were really extremely oversold in the past few hours or even days. So we might have like a little bit of a bounce back and then continue going to that downside. So that's all I'm saying. So in case you guys really want to hear some more technical analysis and just looking at the markets, look out for my video tomorrow, because I'm going to be updating you with regards to what's really happening. So yeah, in case you guys have got any questions, contributions for me, drop everything in the comment section below. Which cryptocurrencies are you trading, and what is your market strategy right now? Are you going to be buying, swing trading, or just being in stablecoin and just waiting for a very appropriate time to buy back? So please let me know, and yeah, take care, God bless you, and happy trading.